Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mitzi. I am a born and raised Minnesota girl and a realtor in the Lakes area, specifically Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. And I'm here to show you why so many people have fallen in love with living in and vacationing in this part of the state, and also just answer all of your Lakes area real estate related questions. Okay, so let's talk about the market. Obviously, you've probably been hearing all sorts of things on the internet about the market. Some of them might be true, some of them are not true, some of them are just an exaggeration of the truth. So let's talk about actual facts and statistics. Okay, so appreciation rate. This is a big thing that we look at, especially like year over year. And obviously, you know, we're only halfway through 2023, and so we don't know what the average appreciation rate for the whole year is going to be, but I'm just looking at this from year to date. So the beginning of this year to basically through all of June. And so in 2021 and 22, we saw a massive increase in the appreciation rate of home values. And this year it's just slowed down a little bit. A lot of people are all concerned that we are, you know, going down in values. We're not going down. If anything, we're just slowing down in going up, if that makes sense. So the appreciation rate, for example, in this area on the map from 2021 to 2022 was 15.8%. That's a huge increase. So home values really went up a lot in the last year. And then from 2020 to 2021, they went up 10%. And so that was also a pretty big jump. This year so far, we're at about a 4.9% increase. So it hasn't gone up as much, but it still is going up. It's not like the home prices are actually dropping, if that makes sense. Okay, so next we're gonna look at the number of listings. And I'm looking at this time this year compared to this time last year. So June of this year, we currently have within this geographical area 259 active listings, as compared to last year we had 275. So our inventory is just down just a little bit from last year this time. I'm also looking at new listings. In June we had 167, and in 2022 we had 144. So we actually have just slightly more new listings in June of this year compared to June of last year. And then as far as sold listings go, 95 in June of this year as compared to 97 in June of last year. So honestly, we're pretty close as far as numbers go. And then just looking at the numbers from June of this year compared to a month ago in May, it's gone up just a little bit. We had 234 active listings last month. This month we've got 259. Okay, the absorption rate. So first of all, what is this? To explain it in layman's terms, essentially what the absorption rate is it's the number of months that it would take to deplete the current inventory. So kind of an example of how this works is if there were no more homes put on the market after today, the number of months it would take to sell off the current inventory is the absorption rate. So as you can see here in June of 2023, the absorption rate is 3.54 months, which is up a little bit from May and even from April and so on. When comparing to last year, this time the absorption rate was 3.35 months. So it's up just a little bit this year from last year, not a whole lot, but as you can see, the inventory got pretty low this winter in like January and February, and it is slowly creeping back up. So why is this important? Well, inventory honestly drives so much in real estate. It drives the competition, really. And so the less homes there are available, the more competition there's going to be, and that's going to keep those prices higher. And that is the reason that we're not seeing price drops. We're not seeing, you know, a depreciation in home values because there just simply isn't enough inventory to facilitate all these massive, price drops and depreciation of home values. So that is really the main catalyst of keeping the values of homes where they're at, or on the upward trend. Obviously, as I mentioned before, we're not appreciating at the same rate as we were the last couple of years, but we still are appreciating. And so the inventory is a big factor in that. Okay, let's talk about days on market. So I am looking at last year's numbers for days on market in the month of June, and we had an average of about 35 days on market. And compared to this year in June, we're at 50. So that number has definitely gone up. And that just shows us that some homes are starting to sit a little bit longer. There's just a little bit less buyer competition out there, and there's less multiple offer situations, and homes are not flying off the shelf as fast as they were last year. So I found an interesting statistic from the National Association of Realtors, and what they said was, with supply still limited relative to demand, 31% of homes sold above list price in June, down slightly from 33% in May, but down from 55% a year ago. So there are still homes that are selling above list price, but compared to 55% of homes selling above list price last year, we're down significantly from that number, with only 31% selling above list price. So that is encouraging from the buyer's perspective, especially. I think that interest rates definitely have kind of narrowed out some of that buyer pool, but there are still a lot of buyers left over from the last couple of years who weren't able to secure a home, who are probably going to come back out of the woodwork this year and be hoping to find something with a little bit less competition this time around. Okay, so what does all of this mean for you? Just a few key takeaways is the home prices are not going down, but the appreciation rate is slowing down. So even though home prices are not increasing at the rate that they were over the last couple of years, it still is very much a seller's market, as we only have about 3.5 months of inventory. And lastly, buyers. I am just so excited for buyers right now, because I feel like this is the first time in a couple of years where the playing field has kind of leveled out a little bit and it's less competitive. There's less multiple offer situations, and I just feel like it's an easier time as a buyer to find a home, get it under contract without all this fighting over a property. Okay, I hope this information was helpful to you. If you found value in it, would you go ahead and click the subscribe button and make sure to turn on the notifications so that you don't miss any upcoming videos that I make, and leave any comments or questions that you have about Lakes area related real estate down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. Okay, I think that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.